Hi everyone. Oh, I wasn't aware that the stream started a couple seconds earlier. Huh? One sec. Just gonna make sure that everything works. Hi everyone. Okay. Stream live. Yes, it is. Looking good. Looking good. Hi everyone. Okay, it looks like it's working out here. Welcome. Welcome to today's live stream. Oh, my Mac is starting to overheat a bit. I'm even hearing the overheating. So let me just mess around with the settings real quick. I think I have to set the buffer size a bit lower because the streaming does take a bit of a toll on my PC. So let me just double check to see if we got audio in here. Rare. Okay, looks good. So guys, I hope you're all doing well. We have so many peeps in the chat. Let me just read a couple of the messages here. We got Alice in the chat. We got Seems Music. LX, hi all. Welcome. DJ Cyberdyne, nice to have you here again. Still light outside. Yeah, today we have a bit of light outside. If I open up my curtains, you won't be able to see my face because cameras, when they pick up light from behind, it just blurs out everything that's in front here. So this is kind of like the ideal setup. Really happy to show you guys that I've purchased more gear again. Right where I said I wouldn't purchase anything more, of course, the gear acquisition syndrome, it hit me again. But man, I'm really happy. I'm really happy about this new synth, the Arturia MicroFreak, that I want to show you today. We hear you. Glad to hear that. So the way I have this set up is that we have Ableton Live running here. Just gonna full screen this joint. And we have the iPhone camera running here, so we can always switch back and forth between the two. This means that, hello, we can also move this thing around, and maybe if we're up for it, and if you guys want to see, I could play something on this guy, the Sub 37. So we'll just jump back and forth between different camera angles and see what suits the workflow the best. But all in all, I just want to jam around today and show you guys the setup, the gear, and perhaps by the end of today's live stream, we'll have a few or a nice track with some cool stuff going on. Yeah. So let's start with Ableton Live here. What do I have set up? I currently have a couple tracks with mainly the instruments loaded that I want to use or that I use the most. For this particular live stream, I'm going to keep it with these instruments. So we got our vocal mic, which is the microphone that I'm speaking to right now. I also have it routed into Ableton Live. Then we have the MicroFreak. And for some reason it's called TR8S. We don't want it to be called that. We want to call it MicroFreak. Yeah, there we go. This is it. So MIDI is moving to channel 3, which I have set up here. Audio is coming from channel 4 on my interface. So I set this guy up into channel 4. There's a little cable, as you can see here somewhere. This is a line out cable that's going directly into this guy, which is input 4, right? So it's a mono cable. Mono. Despite it being in mono, it is very powerful, however. So let's jump back into Ableton Live. What's up, Yaksan? You should have bought the Stellar version. No, I don't like the Stellar version. I'm going to be really honest with you. I don't like the fact that the keys that are white are dark on the Stellar version. And especially if it's dark in my room, which is mostly the case when I stream at night, I don't see the keys. And also the, how do I say it? Like here you can see the labels, the button labels. But on the Stellar version, there you got some planets and stars, which is cool, but I don't know. I don't like going full ninja mode on a controller. I just like seeing all the parameters where they should be, and I like having these white keys white, the black keys black, and not all the keys black. On the Stellar version, it's all black. So Yeah, I kind of like this version. I'm very happy with the color and everything. But back into Ableton Live. So yeah, we have MIDI tracks set up. So Command-Shift-T to create a MIDI track, for instance. And there is this effect called external instruments, which you can find here in the instruments panel. You can drag and drop that onto your MIDI track, and this basically converts your MIDI track into a hardware synth track. So you can say, hey, I want my MicroFreak to be connected. So you can select that here. You can also, on the MicroFreak, you can set the input channel, the USB input channel, to your liking. I just set it to channel 3, which is kind of random, but that's just the channel that I selected. And then you can select audio from. So in this case, I've already pre-labeled that MicroFreak. So if we go into the UAD console software, which is this joint, I say joint way too much. You can see my microphone's coming in on 1, sub 37, which is mono, coming in on 1. TR8S is actually, it has 2 outputs, but the left output of the TR8S, which is this drum machine that I have in the back here. I don't know if you can see it. It's a drum machine that has 2 outputs, left and right, but the left channel can also be used as a mono channel, which is kind of great. And that can be then routed into one of the inputs on the interface. So we got mic, sub 37, TR8S, and the MicroFreak, which is kind of fun. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 things connected. Great. So yeah, this is basically the way it's set up. I think in Ableton Preferences, all you need to do is just go into here, link tempo and MIDI. And here's where you can also set the MicroFreak as an input and output device. And you can also even say, I want to use it to be in sync with Ableton Live. I just turn on all of these. And it even has MPE. It's not really MPE. MPE is basically when you touch a note harder, you get different controls. For example, you could map the pressure of the controller to the cutoff. So the harder you press a note, the more it opens up. That's basically MPE into simple words. And this MicroFreak has it, but it's not really MPE. It's actually kind of an aftertouch. So the more your finger takes up space on the key, the more it takes, the more it registers that as pressure, right? So I don't have anything mapped to pressure right now, but it would kind of look like this. So this would be a soft, and if I have my whole finger on it, it would register it as a hard note for a lot of pressure, which is kind of cool. So you got these weird channel strip type MIDI keyboard here. Yeah. But this menu over here just lets me see what's coming into Ableton Live, lets me I just enable all of these, to be honest. And yeah, this is then how it looks like. So where do we actually get started? Let's get started by creating a kick to the floor. So we have some kind of a foundation. I don't like enabling the metronome, so I'm just going to create a really quick groove. Yeah, I'm going to take not a loop. Let's take a one shot. So flipped transient, kind of an interesting kick. Let's use it as a one shot here. I already have a kick MIDI track loaded by default. 4 bars, double click. Open up this panel. Go into 4th, C3 original pitch, highlight, Command L. Now we have 4 bars of a looped kick. 0 dB is too loud. Set it a bit quieter. So we are at 120 BPM. Maybe we might take it a bit slower today. 115 again. Let's see. We might change that later on. Let's save this session. By the way, this session is called like this, so I can access it later on. And let's get a nice little hat groove going. MIDI track. Maybe this one. 8th note. Highlight. Dial it down. Now we want to take control over the sound a bit. ADSR mode, classic, sustain, minus infinity, and then choose a decay. Choose the best starting point. There we go. Good, so we have a bit of a groove going now. And I could either go and use the MicroFreak to create some pads, or I could also create a pad using a sample myself. But I want to test out the MicroFreak, so that's what we're going to do here. All right. So right now, this is the default preset on the MicroFreak. The Nervous Keys, preset 1. If you want to initialize a preset, you just click this preset button 3 times. Let's see if the arpeggiator works and if it's in time. So ARP, this is ARP. Hold maybe. Select a different preset. Jesus. Yeah, it's probably not going to be 100% in sync because I had to increase the buffer size at the beginning, but that's okay. So right here you get to change the wave forms or the wave shapes, and you can see on the display it's changing. Let's get a more decent sequence going. What the heck is this? Maybe turn off the ARPs first. Some kind of minor key here. Play with the ADSR. And you can see this modulation matrix. You see that pitch bend at the end? Ooh. Getting these half-tone relationships here. It's kind of nice. Ooh, I like it when you do that. Nice. I actually kind of like this. Let's go back into Ableton Live and see if we can somehow record that. So, oh, major. Oh my god. Oh my gosh, dude. That's crazy. And we could also create a new audio track underneath MicroFreak and hit input MicroFreak, and we could then also record arm this guy. Nice. So we now are recording MIDI and audio at the same time, which is always practical. Now let's record. I'm just gonna give it a couple goes here. Okay. Yeah. Oh yeah. Playing a simple chord here. Oops. Ooh. maybe some rhythmic stuff. Let's see what we can get going. And I'm just recording, so I'm not really sure what comes out. Let's just see. Okay, some weird stuff. Now we can jump back into Ableton Live and preferably take the audio. So what do we have? What do we have? This is what we recorded into that channel here. I'm gonna duplicate this clip so I can always revert back to this one. I want to select a phrase where I played it better. Moopa. Which chord do I like the most? Yeah, that's good. So now we can take the second audio clip and put it onto a second audio track. See if we can find some other stuff here. So you can see, you saw how shitty I played it. So just trying to find some stuff that, that was halfway usable here. Create some kind of melodic phrasing hook or something. Maybe I can also pitch this one up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 7 maybe. How many bars is this? 1 bar. Nice. Main phrase. So we got a couple comments. Let me catch up here. One of the best men? What? Have you seen the Polybrute? And if so, what are your thoughts on it? It's too big. That's what she said. I don't know, man. I'm a fan of smaller synths, says the guy who has a Sub 37. I don't know. Haven't really reviewed it or watched any videos on it whatsoever. It looks very large and I wouldn't say complicated, but I can't imagine like having that in the studio. I like just the freaking look at this. I mean, it's so small and it has such an unusual design. Also with this touch strip thingy here. It's so amazing. I don't know why you need such a massive synth. Well, in my studio it's small anyway, so it might not make any sense to put that in here. Yo, what up? What's up, Wuzulu? Where are you from, by the way? Always was interesting to know. So I was born in the USA, California, but then I moved to Germany. Yeah, Sergey is right. Zahand lives in Germany. That's true. Zahand. Who is Zahand? That's my artist name. Zahand is Zahand. Alex. Hi, what's up, Alex? dude, in terms of synth, I have seen the Sonar 42 a few times recently, and things sound so good. Sonar 42, I've heard of it before, but I haven't, again, watched any videos on it. So I can't tell you anything specific here. Haha, okay, I love large stuff. No. I want 1,200 buttons to fiddle with. Yeah, I totally get you, Stefan. I totally get you. I'm the same way. Just bought the Polybrute. We'll get it tomorrow. Oh, exciting, dude. Holy crap. Amazing. Try the Waldorf Iridium desktop. Dude, there's so many synths. There are so many synths. I don't even know where to start. Dude, I have like so much already. The Solar 42 looks so sick. Solar 42. What is that Solar 42? That's the thing, bro. Because you've got the American accent. Where's the where in the US made? Yeah, people keep asking me like, are you German? Why the American accent? It's just, the American accent is just ingrained into me. I grew up with it. It's like my first language, you know. It doesn't go away. Like, funnily enough, when I moved to Germany and I stayed here for, like, in the beginning of school I was really good in English, but over the years it would fade because I wouldn't speak it. Like, I wouldn't speak English anymore. All I would speak was German. That's it. I'm getting some interference on my mic. Just give me a second. I think it's because of the mobile data. When that's on my phone, it just goes crazy. One sec. Okay, now it's okay. Do you know that sound when your speaker goes like dip 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 dip? I just had that. Usually when the phone is too close to the speakers. Yeah, I learned German and unlearned English. So through the years of being in Germany, my English got worse. But then I started watching more movies, watching more YouTube tutorials, especially through YouTube tutorials. I started to pick up on English again, and then kind of came back. But it's really interesting how the brain adapts to new cultures, languages, and all that kind of stuff. Like my sister, she used to speak English fluently because we, lived in the US. She was perfect at it. We moved to Germany and she forgot like everything. And that was like astounding for me because I was like, how can you forget a language? But it has something to do with the brain and neuroplasticity and children being at a very young age, changing languages and all that kind of stuff. It's so interesting. But then because she watches a lot of YouTube videos as well, Netflix series and all that kind of stuff, she picked up on it again. It kind of resurfaced. So it was gone, but it wasn't really gone, but it came back. So interesting. The brain is so interesting. Another question. What do you think of DFAM from Moog? Oh, I have seen some amazing videos on it. Good thing in it, I've got the Moog Miniature. Loyally? What do you say? Oh, lovely one. Enjoying every moment of it. Where exactly in the US? I was born in California. Somewhere in close to Silicon Valley. I think it's like Concord or something. Everything is super. Yeah. Hello, beautiful Lotus Tunes family. What's up, Unique Studio? So I love the Moog stuff in general. DFAM and Miniature. I know that one of my favorite artists, he's from Armenia. It's called Gracian, I think is his full name. He uses the Miniature and the DFAM as well. Stimming, an artist from Hamburg who is also one of my favorite artists. I look up to his tutorials and his style a lot, and he used the DFAM in a really interesting way where he kind of I forgot the way he patched it. He patched the clocking to the tempo or something like that. It started to become very polyrhythmic. I just generally love Moog stuff. They sound so freaking amazing. Anyway, let's continue with the groove here. So we got the MicroFreak here. We got some kind of a pad going. Let's chuck it into our black hole reverb. So in case you're wondering, Black Hole Reverb is by Eventide. They also make pedals. So this is also a pedal, but the software version for it. It's by far my favorite reverb for massive paddy soundscapes. I don't know, I just love it. So I could also take these two and pitch them down. Different vibe, right? So cool how you can just change the vibe by changing the tuning. Let's call this pads. And I'm gonna add a compressor to these pads to be sidechained to the kick. And I'm not gonna sidechain it to the original kick. I'm gonna duplicate the kick and call this one sidechain kick. And this one's gonna be sent into sends only. Sends only is Ableton Live's way of just basically muting a track without muting it. So see, it's even blue here. That indicates that it sends only. So it's still there. It's still triggering the MIDI, but it's not audible. So we can use it as a trigger channel, sidechain kick. And now, son of the gun. Sidechain input from sidechain kick. See? Select that as your input. Let's go for a harsh ratio here. Please help. Can't find right monitor for my MacBook Retina. Tried 27-inch 2K IPS. Ableton interface looks too thinly, then bought 32-inch 4K. It seems too far away. Is 24-inch 4K would be good, or 24 IPS? Yeah, I used to watch a lot of videos on this whole monitor thing, and I'm very happy with the monitor that I currently have. I didn't like the curved monitor that I had before this. Maybe you guys in the chat can also help him out. LG is great. Like, I spoke to a salesman in MediaMarkt. In Germany we have MediaMarkt, and he says that LG also makes the panels for Mac and Apple, which is kind of like a holy shit, I didn't know that. LG in generally, in terms of what you get for the price you pay, is really good. I myself have LG Ultra Gear 4K monitor. I believe also, was it 27-inch or 32? I don't know where I can see that. Can I not see it in OBS? What's up, The Alchemist? Nice to see you here. I'm gonna try to find it out. I just don't know where to click to find out my monitor settings. Shouldn't I be able to find that via display settings here? Displays. Yeah. So you see this duet monitor, that's the iPad mini, I think, which is on the right. I'm using duet display to connect that without a cable, which is kind of a cool software. Yeah, LG Ultra Gear Plus. But it doesn't show me the exact model number and the size, yeah. I'm afraid to click somewhere. I don't want to change anything. LG Ultra Gear Plus. I think it's this one. Jeez, no, not Wendiges 27 Ultra. Yeah. Oh gosh, guys, I have no idea what monitor I have, and I have no idea where to find it, to be honest with you. And display. I have no idea, but I know that it's 4K. So it's the resolution. Man, I should be able to find it somewhere though, right? Settings, output, video. So the resolution of my monitor is typical for 4K, which is 3840 x 2160. And I believe this is the 4K 32 inch, I believe, or was it 27? Jeez, I have no idea. I don't know. I think it's 27. Or was it 32? No idea, man. I'm just gonna continue because I don't know what to answer. Hey Zahan, nice synth. I have the same one. Liebe Grüße, Tassilo. What's up, Tassilo? Yeah, freaking MicroFreak is amazing. Dhananjay Takar just subscribed. You sound like your name is like someone from the Dune movie. My name is Dhananjay Takar. All right, back to the MicroFreak. MicroFreak. Holy moly. Is it even in key? For some reason it isn't. It isn't. This is our key, yeah? C, D, E, F. So one of the reasons why I like this keyboard, to be honest, is because it's very freaking responsive. Let me just select a preset that works well. Yeah, this is good. Like, normally on keyboards, you'd have kind of like a haptic where you push down on the note. That, in a way, is better in terms of velocity sensitivity, but this is like... It's so reactive and responsive, and you can do like these very... Like, I wouldn't be able to do that on a keyboard with buttons that you have to press down. This is amazing. And if you scale lock this keyboard to Ableton Live, you know, Ableton Live has scale MIDI device. So you could lock all the notes to, let's say, the scale of C minor. And you do this, all the notes will be in the scale of C minor. So it's really great to get like those Sébastien Léger type leads. Maybe I could even do that, but I don't know. Like, you can't scale lock this keyboard and use the synth module at the same time. I could use this keyboard together with, let's say, a Diva. So just gonna quickly illustrate. I have a Diva here, and I could record on the track, and now I'm able to play the Diva using MicroFreak, right? Using the keyboard from MicroFreak, but I just have to disable the MicroFreak channel, so only the MIDI that's coming from the MicroFreak is routed into Diva, yeah? The cool thing is that you can also CC map. You can use the knobs of the MicroFreak. So all these knobs are mappable to your DAW, to your favorite synths. And I've actually taken the time to map each and every single one of these parameters. Well, not each and every single one, but most of the parameters, like the rate, the glide, the ADSR, the cutoff, the resonance. Even these knobs where you can switch through the waveforms to Diva. And the way I've done that is, if we go into Diva, you go into settings, then you enter this panel where you can basically CC map everything from a MIDI controller into here. And all the light blue knobs are the ones that I've already mapped. So that's fantastic, dude. It's fantastic. So you see, I get to... Right, when I play this, I basically get to see my cutoff also on the screen. The resonance as well. So the thing I wanted to show you, if you load up a scale, right, the scale MIDI effect, which is in MIDI effects, scale, put it right before the Diva. You can then select your scale. You could also lock it to the global scale, which is set here. What I'm going to do is select, which key are we in? This is the key of C, D, E, F, F sharp. So the pads seem to be in F sharp, right? So that's the key that we're going to select here as well. F sharp is going to be the root. Let's go for Dorian. Dorian, Phrygian, Mixolydian, those are like the keys that you'd hear often in this Sébastien Léger type music. Do we have any more comments? Some Russian comments here that I cannot read, unfortunately. Hab mir den MiniFreak zugelegt, alleine wegen der Tastatur. Yeah. Free says that he bought the MiniFreak just because of the keyboard, and it's amazing. Yeah, the keyboard is freaking great. Like these MIDI modules that you get here, holy frick. I'm gonna dive deep into this in a second, or a bit deeper. But I want to illustrate that little thing that I want to show you. Now let's dive back into Ableton. So scale, F sharp Dorian, F sharp Dorian. That's so any note that I play on my MIDI keyboard now, it's gonna be an F sharp Dorian. Isn't that freaking dope? So look, if I go back into MicroFreak, and remember this keyboard is like one unit, there is a bit of an edge to these black buttons. These black buttons are a bit lifted up. They have a slight edge to them, which I like. So you can feel the separation when you go over them with your finger, right? These black lines in between the white ones, they're also like hard plastic. They're lifted a bit. So you can feel when you're going from one note to the other. You see? So look, I'm playing these two notes. Normally they would be two different notes, yeah? But since we've scale locked them into Ableton Live, it has now locked those two notes to F sharp Dorian. So look what I could do. That's all in the scale. So I don't have to worry about playing a wrong note. And I can also use the arpeggiator from this section or from the MicroFreak and combine it with the scale lock feature in Ableton Live. So let's go into arpeggiator, turn that on. It's all scale lock, dude. You can also enable hold, note hold. So if you play, let's say, some kind of a sequence or arpeggiation in this case, it'll lock that to the scale. You can play 4 notes at the same time, 4. And now I could change the rate. Do I have any latency type thing going on here? Turn tracks. I'm just gonna quickly check my Ableton Live if I have any latency compensation on. What did I want to do now? Track options, turn it off. Yeah, let's go back to this guy. I'm just gonna quickly hit play and pause to see if that changes anything. Yeah, there's a bit of a latency because I had to change the buffer size at the beginning. But I guess we'll just work with this, it's okay. Could change the glide here. Now we can mess around with the sound, right? So this is all now making changes to Diva. change the envelope settings here. So I could basically use this synth to control Diva, which is amazing. And now you also have these spice and dice, which is so this is pitch bend here, this one here. This touch strip over here is like its own little control. Like you can get control over these three parameters using this touch strip. And now we got dice, which randomizes the arpeggio. You can see the dice and spice here. So dice makes short changes. You see, it's different now. Spice makes it spicy, but makes the changes permanent as far as I understood. Like you can see that always on here depending on the amount that I've selected. And dice always just randomizes it basically. And we could also change the octave modulation here. So let's create a new arpeggio maybe. Change it to 2, so it plays that arpeggio and then it jumps up another octave. So it plays one sequence and then jumps one octave above. Gives it a bit more variation. Nice. Yeah, and I love those features. I love the slice and dice. See? I'm not pressing anything right now, and that's all just coming from the MicroFreak. You just bought it, so why use it as a MIDI controller? It has so much more to offer as a synth. Yeah, I agree. I just wanted to show you that you can also use it as a MIDI controller. And especially if you lock the arpeggio to the scale. And I also wanted to show that you have the ability to use the parameters of the synth to CC map them to your favorite synth. So you get still control over your soft synths or your favorite synths in Ableton Live. Totally get what you're saying here, man. I just wanted to show that this is also possible. So in this audio track right here, we'll take audio from Diva. We're gonna record the audio, and on this channel we're gonna record the MIDI. You see? That's just cool. Nice. Hit Command Z to undo that recording here at the beginning, the overwrite. So now we have Diva playing this guy. We can just drag and drop this onto the MicroFreak and disable record arm on that track. And now we can use the same MIDI on the MicroFreak. So we've used this MIDI to control the Diva synth. Now we can drag and drop it back to the MicroFreak and continue to take control over the synth itself. But I'm not sure if this is scale locked. Is it scale locked? It should be, yeah? Let's see if we can go back to the MicroFreak and one sec. Let's quantize the MIDI notes here first. So let's take them, let's put them onto the grid. There we go. Now let's jump back into the MicroFreak. And can we just lock these notes to the scale somehow? Fit to scale. I think we'd have to highlight scale, fit to scale. Yeah, now let's lock those notes to the scale of F sharp Dorian, yeah? Yeah, there we go. Now we just need to pitch them down a few octaves. Shift arrow down twice or 3 times. And now we can jump back to the synth. I'm in Lüneburg. Hi Danny, what's up? So this is too low. Switching through the different synth algorithms here. We got basic waves. Pitch it down another octave. Am I looking for a bass? I don't know. What the heck? Could also jump back into Ableton Live, disable the MIDI by hitting 0 on my keyboard. Now I could maybe create something. That sequence was enabled by default. Let's disable sequence. If you hit Shift and ARP, this turns dark blue, enabling you the sequencer instead of the arpeggiator. You see now it's on ARP. Switch back to Ableton Live really quick and send this guy into channel B, which is black hole, and also C, which is echo. See above here. And jump back into the MicroFreak. So now we have a bit of effects going on, so it's not that stale mono signal, yeah? Oh my gosh, doesn't that just sound beautiful? So ADSR here, yeah. Or better said, attack, decay, and release, sustain. And this is the filter amount. So this is seems to be the root. If we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, this should always fit harmonically, yeah? Pitch it down an octave. No, I liked it the other way around. And here you can see you can assign modulators. It's probably really dark in my room, and I don't know if you can see these things here. What's up, Nirmal? When you were using it while using it with Diva as a MIDI controller, does it have some kind of MIDI mode so that it doesn't at the same time trigger the synth itself? No, it'll always trigger the synth itself as long as you have the synth in a track with an Ableton Live, but you could just disable the synth track. That's the way I do it. Like, it's either or, but the mapping, like once you have these things CC mapped to your synth, and you record arm the track. So let me just show you that really quickly again. So you have the Diva here, the Diva layer. And if I record arm this Diva layer, right now I'm tweaking the cutoff on the MicroFreak. You see I'm tweaking it, but nothing's happening inside the Diva patch. But if I record arm it, you see the cutoff then starts to move. And that's how it's done. And I could just go back into the MicroFreak, disable record arm, and now I can tweak the cutoff here, and no changes to Diva will be done. Yeah, as long as the record arm is off. That's kind of the way I like to see it. Yeah. No, I mean so that it doesn't trigger MicroFreak sounds. Yeah, I literally just disabled the MicroFreak that way. So if I want to use Diva, you see I record arm the Diva. You see? And if I want to trigger the MicroFreak, I just disable the Diva or unrecord arm it, go back to the MicroFreak. You see? And you can also take away the MicroFreak from the input section. So you see MicroFreak is receiving MIDI input. You could just go into no input. Oh, never mind, it still takes the audio. Yeah, it takes the audio but doesn't record the MIDI. But the whole sense of having an external instrument on a MIDI track is so that you can also record the MIDI, yeah. See, so if I, right now I believe the press, you see press is mapped to cutoff. So the pressure is mapped to the cutoff. That means the more my finger takes space on one of these little notes, the more the cutoff opens, see? So right now it's just my fingertip. But now it's gonna be the whole finger. That's so weird. Like no matter how hard I press it, but if I put my whole finger on it, so freaking cool. And also you have this cycling envelope, which is also displayed here at the top, cycling envelope. So these are your modulating sources, like LFO envelopes, cycling envelope. We could also map the cycling envelope to the cutoff. So we just scroll to cutoff, click cutoff. See here it's at 0, but if we put it on 100, so scroll 100, click. Now this cycling envelope is mapped to the cutoff. I just need to learn how to use it. Okay, son. Yeah, I see that I've accidentally not assigned it to the cutoff, but to something else. This would be the cutoff, yeah? Yeah, now we can take control over the cutoff with the cycling. What the heck? Ah, so it also takes control over the pitch? What the heck? Well, happy accident there. Or maybe not so happy accident, I don't even know. Let's remove the modulation from the pitch that I accidentally set by default, so take it back to 0. Minus 11, 2, 5, 4, 2, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. There we go. Man. There we go. That was the effect that I was looking for, but it suddenly disappeared. Why? That vrr vrr. Gosh. Can get really lost in this here. Yeah, anyway, let's keep on moving here. You are one of the most coolest creative producers on the internet. Oh, thank you so much. Kevin, this is the last one again. Yeah. the last one. Thank you for the kind words, mate mate or mate mate. I hope you're having a good Sunday as well. Yeah, it's a really fun synth. Yeah, let's dive back into Ableton Live and see if we can record this nice little Chicago synth that we have going on here. So again, gonna create an audio track and just resample from the MicroFreak, yeah. So record arm. Kind of like that last snippet. Let's take this. Actually, I don't even need the MIDI here. I'm okay with the audio not being perfectly on the grid. So -7, -6.2. Oops, -6. Hey Tours Nebula. Or what I could do is just double click these transients here and manually shift them to the grid 16th. Could also hit Option to not perfectly place them on the grid. And then when you do this with audio instead of MIDI, you get the warping from the warping algorithms here as well, which can be kind of nasty and add a bit of grid to the sound. Nice. Okay, back to the MicroFreak once again. Let's see if we can get some kind of an arpeggio going, maybe. With a different preset. Like every sound that I play through the black hole reverb and the echo sounds just fantastic. And something else that I wanted to mention about the synth is that it has the plates algorithm, or the I don't know how you call it, from the plats, I think is the right way to pronounce it, the plats. It's a module by Mutable Instruments. They emulated it here because the module is open source, and you guys probably know that one video of mine where I think the video title is called "How is this thing free bass groove hack?", where I showed that one device from Ternair Music Technology. That is basically the same algorithm but inside a synth, which is like, for me, holy moly. Look at this tiny little thing. Oopa. Seems like a nice sound for an arpeggio. Like, it sounds very, very analog, you know? Even though it's digital. stay on ARP, change the rate to 16th. Finding the right keys to press here though. Quite a bit of latency though for some reason today. That's fair, that's fine with me. Let's record that MIDI. So as you can see in Ableton Live, I have the track record armed now. So I can record that little sequence. Okay. That's enough. Kind of like a bit of a polyrhythm going on there. So this is the MIDI that we now recorded. Command U to quantize. Maybe shift these up an octave. You can also change the pitch. Nice. Now we can, since we have the MIDI recorded now, we can just basically jam on the synth and do whatever we want. Let's find the right settings here, yeah? Just tweak around. And if we now change the type, it might get a little interesting here. This is a completely different wavetable here. Holy moly. Completely change the timbre of the sound. If we hit shift, you can quickly scroll through these different algorithms that you can see here. You can always see on this little display what you're doing. More of like a sine subby sine sound now. Back onto Ableton Live, create a new audio track. Click MicroFreak, record arm. Record. Go back to the MicroFreak and now just jam. Have some fun. It's recording that loop and it's overriding it the whole time. So let's change the timbre a bit. Maybe change the waveform. We even get chords. You see, like the waveforms are really similar to the plats. Modal. This is some kind of sample, so it can even do frickin' samples. Granular synthesis. So let's hit stop there and see what we've recorded. So you see this little clip, that's the recording that we got. I'm going to disable the MicroFreak. And now you could practically just drag your recording. Or what you could do is just highlight a specific snippet like this. Or excuse me, do like this and this. So I know that this was the main part. Command E, make this one blue. Just put it here. And again, send it to black hole and to -6 to the echo. Now I can select my favorite parts of the sound of the recording. And as you can see, I really love working with audio here. I like the plucky parts. So this one's nice. What was this? It's also good. And I could select, like I could Command Shift D this whole section and Command E, highlight Command E, and maybe just play, for example, this one here and these ones here, or take them, put them like this. It's fun. Take all of the audio snippets, Shift Tab, pitch them down an octave. Maybe go into texture. Just keep them like this actually. Let's continue the groove. So MicroFreaks, I'm gonna group them up, give them the same color. Take the sidechain compressor, copy, paste it in here. MicroFreaks. We could take the MIDI, I'm just gonna delete it. I'm gonna delete this. So since we have all samples here, we can do some really crazy pitch shifting, and this is something that I did in my most recent video, and I love to do a lot recently. For some reason I just like pitch shifting things down or up. So highlight everything that is audio, Shift and Tab, and then pitch it down or pitch it up. So F sharp, you have to always keep the original key in mind, and then go like 1, 2, 3. So moving down from F sharp, now we pitched everything down by 3 halftone steps, yeah? C, D, E, F, sharp. 1, 2, 3. C, D, D sharp. Now we are in D sharp Dorian. Get the point? Get the point? Amazing little thing. Yeah, dude, it is so fun. Like, the possibilities. Louis says amazing little thing, and I totally agree. The possibilities are so vast with this little freaking synth. So vast. I am a fan of synths. I've installed a ton of software synths, and personally I like Moog a lot. And whatever Arturia has done with this little monster, beautiful monster, like the fact that they have the Platts algorithm in here already is just mind-numbingly amazing for me. Actually, I do feel like going back to the Arturia freak here. Let's just mess around with the waveform types a bit more. So now we are in scan grains. We have 3 different types of grain modules. Oh, excuse me, I accidentally just kicked my camera here. 3 different types of grain modules. I don't know if you can see them here. You can see it's switching. Scan grains, cloud grains, and hit grains. Hit grains are basically just like short little transients. Cloud grains are kind of like the paddy type stuff, and scan grains are also very similar to the pad cloud grains. Let's go into scan grains. And scan through the sample here. And somewhere you can also change the sample. Oh no, not there. Where can I change the sample again? I think by hitting shift and type. Yeah, by hitting shift and type you can change a different sample. Do I have to click down on it? No. See, now I already have a different sample selected. And I can utilize these grain features. See how it becomes more grainy now? This shape here, that's what it's doing. Sounds so textural, you know? Like I would just record this as audio. It's fun. Go back into a different waveform. Holy moly. Opa. What? It's so fun. Really fun little synth. Let's continue with the drums. I feel like we have neglected the drums here. Let's go for a nice clap. Yeah, okay, enough MicroFreak for today. My favorite clap at the moment, like a rim shot here. It's D sharp, yeah? Key of D sharp. Let's type in D sharp. Some kind of a bass groove. Nice. Bass group, just in case I want to add some more bass later on. Let me give myself a quick stretch here, guys. What's up, Abdullah? Hello. So let's take the sidechain compressor that we have on the other channels and put him here as well on the bass. So sub 37. Can we get something going with the sub 37 maybe? Just simple notes. Could I change the camera actually? Let's see if I can switch the camera angle here. I have no idea if I'm gonna be able to show you guys what's going on here because it's so dark. Yeah, this is the sub 37. I just need to find a right angle, so you know I need some space to sit here as well. Jesus, sounds amazing. Thank you, Abdullah. So let's get some kind of a sequence going with the sub 37. So just not neglect my microphone here. I'm trying to place everything in a position so you can see it. Most likely I'm not going to be able to see my face while I'm in this angle. So this is the D sharp, the root note, yeah? It's a bit loud, so I'm going to dial it down in Ableton Live. Let's latch that. Sync it. Give it some release. Whoa. change the arpeggiation mode. Maybe now it jumps up an octave. This is what I like to do with the Sub 37 a lot. Just let it play a sequence, but filter it down. So you get these really modular sounding, every now and then type bass stabs. You can also add a bit of modulation. Modulator 1 shall now modulate the filter cutoff. With a triangle wave shape. So it's like whoa, whoa. Now we can just enable different oscillators. Currently we have, this is oscillator 1, right? Just oscillator 1. Sub. And the sub oscillator depends on what octave the oscillator 1 is. You can also blend in oscillator 2 here. Turn off dual mode. So oscillator 2 is playing 7 halftone steps above the root note, which is a perfect fifth. And I could also change the tuning of oscillator 1 to match the root note. Change the waveform of oscillator 2 maybe. Should add some harmonics to the bass. I like that sub. No wonder it's called Sub 37, yay? Yay! Maybe add some little pitch. Can make it a bit more plucky. What if we make it play 2 octaves above? You can also change the modulator 1 source. What's up, DJ Vlad? Kind of like the triangle modulation source. Look, if we change the rate on the modulator 1, it gets really fun. I like when it's pulsing at half the speed of the arpeggio. So you have a sequence that's playing 16th notes, but the filter movement is every 8th note. Get like this wab wab wab. Yeah, let's dive right back into Ableton Live. And I'm gonna put my camera, I'm gonna leave it there for the moment. I create a new audio track. So I just created this new audio track underneath the sub 37. Now I can record from, where's sub 37? Here. Record arm. Now I can just hit record. So it's recording whatever audio is coming from the sub 37. Now I can now just jam. So go back to sub 37 and have some fun here, yeah? While it's recording. And at the end, we'll just select our favorite snippets. First, let's start with the cutoff. And let's move on to, I don't know, octave jumping. Or change the modulation rate. We also have a noise oscillator, but that's very low in my opinion. I don't really like it. Dry. Needs to be accompanied by a bit of reverb. And it doesn't really matter. Like, we can do whatever we want. Just have some fun here. Maybe change the glide. Where was it again? Yeah, the glide is here. Ooh. You have to turn it on here. Maybe just every now and then. Yeah. All right, dude, we have so much recording material now. I was just like, usually I'd spend, I don't know, like 30 minutes, 40 minutes, an hour just doing that, trying out different sequences, trying out different octaves, blending in different oscillators, messing around with the envelope settings, and playing a different arpeggio. There's so much that you can tweak, and there's no limitation to that. And look at this audio 14. If I double click it and I zoom out, holy moly, that's the entire recording. So that was 105 bars of recording material. If we highlight everything, you can see that's 3 minutes 44. So it's a fairly short jam. Normally these types of jams, like people who like using outboard gear or modular gear, they just record arm the track and let it run through for however long they want, and then they just tune out. And then at the end you have a file, a recording of sounds that you can then later on use. And I prefer just recording directly to audio. Some people like recording directly to MIDI, saving the MIDI for later and then rendering that to audio. Because MIDI is like very reversible, right? MIDI, you can always go back and tweak it. Audio is like once you have it printed, it's printed. But it's so much more fun to limit yourself with audio. What's up call? Oh, guys, 1 second, please. My mom's calling. I'll play the track for you in the background. Nee, alles gut, macht ja nichts. Lass mich mal kurz mein Mikro auf Mute stellen. Hi guys, I'm back. My mom called and she's currently in rehab, so it's important for me to pick up the calls. Wait. So, what do we have here? Wie geht's deiner Mutter? Besser, danke. Schritt für Schritt immer besser. Ist immer rauf und runter. Ist nicht ohne, auf jeden Fall. Es kommt so mit seinen Herausforderungen, aber wird schon. Everything will be alright. Sorry if I already asked, but how much did you pay for the Sub 37 and the MicroFreak? So the Sub 37 I bought on eBay Kleinanzeigen, we call it here in Germany. I'm gonna be really honest, man, I forgot how much I paid. I know that I saved... How much is it now? I'll get back to the Sub 37 recording in a second. Just one sec, guys, one sec. So... I'm just gonna quickly Google this joint. Sub 37. So this is how much it costs. 1,900. I think I paid like 1,200 for it. And I have the Moog Tribute Edition. I think this Sub 37 original edition is even a bit better because it has the multi-drive, has a bit more distortion. The Tribute Edition just says Moog Tribute Edition down here and has a bit less distortion on the multi-drive. I don't think there's any massive difference between the two editions. But as far as I remember, I bought it for 1,200 euros. And the MicroFreak, which is available on Arturia's site as well as here, but I purchased it here because I like Thomann. This is how much I paid for it. It's fairly affordable for a synth. I think it's the #1 most sold synth on the world. I don't want to lie, but I watched some kind of video on this, is the OP1 by Teenage Instruments. OP1, what is it called? Teenage Engineering. This is the #1 sold synth in the world here, aka drum machine, aka sampler, whatever it is. And #2 is MicroFreak. Yeah. And #3 or something is Electron Digitact. So it's really good, really good. What else we got? Ooh, what could I buy today? No, please. No more gear, please.
Oh, what is this? What is this? So much resolution. So good. Oh, yeah.
I think it's quite pricey though. Didn't they release like a KO2 or something like that? OP1, yeah.
So cool. So much gear.
Gotta sleep, the early bird catches the worm und so. Hope your mom's alright. Thanks for the stream today. Thanks, Wuzulu. Have a good night. Glad to hear. Wish her a speedy recovery. Thank you, Conduit. So, this is the Sub 37 recording, yeah? Let's take it and search for a nice sub. I'm gonna take this sidechain, or I'm gonna put it into the bass group here, so it's automatically applied by the sidechain. Play that with the kick. Thanks, man. Really good sound. Thank you, man. You're welcome. I like that at the end. So I'm going to create a new audio track with selected. like that first half. Really, really low. And take the second half, put it here maybe. So this is like one phrasing that we already have going. Could take this. Or we could put it between the main bass that we have below, so it doesn't always play at the same time. See, so we leave space for the other bass. Okay, take this away. What I could also do is hit Option Shift and scroll through the sound. Then it scrolls through the sound according to the grid that I have enabled. I'm gonna undo that and scroll by 1 bar always. Section looks good here. So this is like a nice one here. And even if it's just a small little snippet like this, is perfect. Could go like this maybe. Maybe not every time. Like this. Yeah. Set the fade more stronger here so we don't get any interference with the other bass line. So this is like the sub, right? Could also put an auto filter here just to make sure that everything's really sub. What happens if we pitch it down? Gosh. Kind of like the overtones, the higher frequencies. And I could also duplicate this track, put it into here. And maybe look for a part that's a bit higher, so I could also create a melody from this. So let's send it into black hole and echo, yeah? So we could go for, you see, could use these little parts as synth fills, like this. So it's, you have so much material, right? From this material, you can just create everything. High cut, of course. Low cut, I mean. You can also reverse the audio by hitting R. Shift, Option Shift and scroll. Just find our favorite part. Holy moly. Like, you get so many happy accidents. It's just fun. Hit R to reverse again. Let's go through further. Perfect. Like it. Double click, Command Shift or Command U to quantize. Make sure that it's on the grid. maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so it's a perfect fifth down. Beautiful. Love it. Take it, put it here, Option Shift. Oh. This could potentially also be a bass line. So let's create a new audio track. Put this down here. Just messing around. Look how much value we're getting out of that sub 37. Oh my gosh, sounds kind of like an acid TB303 bass line. Let's beef this one up though. Yeah, unfortunately it's messing up our main bass groove here. So I'll just leave it as a fill. Yeah, let's extend the drums here. Normally I spend more time on drums. This stream has been other way around. Do we have any more comments here? Hello from Oslo. Oi, Alex Kiss, what's up, man? Found your channel through YouTube recommendation. Nice. I like the vibe of your streams. Nice to catch you live. Nice to have you here, my friend. It's a nice off hat. I need to just make the samples a bit louder in the pack. In the C9 pack. This one is too stereo for me. Let's get like a shaker. And perhaps we could that shaker does a lot. Just a snippet, put it through echo, maybe here, pitch it up. And now top loop time. Let's see, loose organic or tight minimal. Yeah, I like the clap in this one. Command J. So I'm gonna splice out this kick and add a double kick, which is like really row minimal-ish. Or you could leave out the first kick. Do some weird and trippy stuff. Like these kind of little tricks. Perhaps we can also add, okay, this is where it starts getting really messy. We can also add a second top loop. Make sure that we're just getting the highs though. Now, we can take all the melodic information, Shift tab, pitch it down. It's like instant vibe switch. How close are you to finishing the sample pack? So, about the C9 pack, I'm gonna let this loop playing in the background. So now we are, by the way, in the key of D minor. Just switching keys the whole time. C9 sound pack. The C9 sound pack has been postponed massively simply because of the private stuff that has been going on. You know, about, mom situation. Currently working together with a Saz player, Oud. Because for me, C9 wouldn't be C9 if there wouldn't be any Oriental instruments. And for me, just one Arabic vocal, not enough. So I decided to extend the content of the pack. And I like having a pack that I myself, at the end, am happy with. And it's getting there. My plan was to release it towards the end of the month, this month. But that's cutting kind of close. And still have a lot going on outside of music. So I'm just going to keep it really chill. I'm not going to put myself under too much pressure. There is no deadline for this pack. I'm just going to give myself some space to breathe and release it whenever it's time. Like, I'm working on it day by day as much as I can. But I'll keep you updated. This is, yeah, the longest pack that I've ever worked on, like in terms of time. Oopsa. In terms of the time I spent on it. Solid. Add a few more drum fills here. Something that I've been loving to do is adding resonator to drum fill sounds. You can just set the root note here. Here, D. You see? Command U, quantize. Take away some of the highs and lows. Much better, yeah. Tell the quality is very good so far. Yeah, I've spent a lot of time just filtering out so much sounds. Sometimes I create sounds, I add them in impulsively, and then I listen to them the next day and I'm like, what the frick? And I just delete, put them into this unused folder. Yeah, this unused folder, by the way, you can see how many, like for the Afro pack. Look how much stuff I threw out of the Afro pack before it ended up in the final version. Organic Essentials, not so much. Sinai, not so much. But for Afro, dude, I remember, holy moly, it was so much MIDI and stuff like that. Yeah, it's a mixture of minimal house and organic house, the Sinai pack, with an oriental touch to it. Maybe I can give you a preview of the sounds that have been now added with with, what's his name? Ido. Where is you? Where is you, Ido? Like, I'm making a lot less revenue currently from Lotus Tunes. Not a lot less, but less than I'm used to, because I've just simply postponed this pack release. But I'm like, no, there's gonna be no fear applied to this pack. It's ready when it's ready, even though, you know, I might make a little less revenue from it not being released, but when it's released, it's gonna be very good. Also, look how much emotion is already in this pack, man, with all the stuff that's going on in life. That emotion, I'm already happy to release this into the world. Positive, of course. So this is the Nay. You see? It's some really good stuff, dude. So there's a bit of a taste from the Nay. Let's put the Oud here. Make sure that it's on 115 BPM, which is the recorded tempo. Love it. Hello there. So we could take this, put it right here. Take this, put it right here. Maybe like this. Oh my gosh, dude. Nice, dude. Look how low my head is. No, don't look at my bed. It's so messy right now. Yeah, dude, ethnic instruments. Like, you see how much power these ethnic instruments have. Yeah, take your sweet time. I will help you out and get organic essentials in the meantime. Oh, thank you so much. Enjoy, man, enjoy. Organic house essentials. Yeah, Organic House Essentials was a nice pack because I went outside and recorded, like in spring I made some recordings. Winter begin, so it's like multiple ambiences from different times. Yeah, it's like really organic housey. D sharp, maybe pitch it down. Yeah, I don't feel like adding any more samples here though. This could be like a transition effect or something. Yeah. Let's just quickly create some kind of an arrangement. Let's take that kick and put it back to where it was. So no bass, no character giving elements in the intro. Let's duplicate this another once. Let's make this light blue. Take away these. Vocal mic, no. Sub 37, let's leave it in there. Synth fills. I'm gonna group them up here. Group these together, call these synth fills. Put them to the MicroFreaks. Also, this can be put to the synths because they're melodic. And the MicroFreaks we can also take away. Where's that pluck coming from? Dum 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 da dum. Oh yeah, this was the MicroFreak as well, yeah? Let's put him here then. Oops. What is this? Chord stab. Philly. Arpy. Give them all the same color. Okay, there we go. On the pads, we're gonna do auto filter for the intro. Sitzen tanzen. Maybe minimize the tops in the beginning. Away the bass from the kick, put it back in here. Leave 1 bar of space, delete. Command E to split this one out, Command J to consolidate it, and let's add the kick like this. Maybe put in... Oh! Need a fill here. It's a bit too much for a fill. Maybe put it here before the kick comes in. There we go. Add slowly coming in. Take away the kick for another bar. Command E, Command J. And excuse me, I want to take 2 of these kicks. Highlight, Command J to consolidate them. Now we can put it back to 16th. Yeah. Something new needs to come here. Just once though, not so much yet. It's too early for the oud. Mini break time here, so take away kick. Take away bass here, not yet. Some kind of a massive transition here, yeah. Maybe take away the tops for half a bar before the drop hits, the chorus hits, the bass comes in. Make sure that the fades are set correctly so it doesn't sound like there's a hat that's playing where it doesn't need to play, especially in the shakers. Yeah, this guy is a bit annoying. And some kind of a... Usually you would have to add some white noise here, but we don't have any MIDI to control any cutoff. So what you could do is add some kind of white noise splash sound effects. Just like this. The Organic House Essentials pack. Let's chuck it into Black Hole and Echo, and let us, or what we could do instead of putting it into Echo is put Echo directly onto the track. This is more of a sound designy thing. And we're gonna go to the bass track or anywhere where we have a sidechain compressor loaded, put it after the Echo. So this way the Echo, the delay is sidechain to the kick. Or we want, look, the sidechain kick is running through the whole time. We want everything else to be sidechained. We're going to make this sidechain from the main kick because it's off here. That way you get that rattle, like it starts to rattle. God, what's up, man? And whenever the kick comes back, it's like it's sidechained. It's a really cool effect in my opinion. Changed my mind. Actually, I wanted the pack with the duduki. Oh, the duduk. Duduk exclamation mark. Yeah, that's Yerevan. Yerevan is a really cool pack. All of them are nice. Every pack that I create, it just ends up being my favorite one, the newer ones. So it's a good timing. But let's not introduce all of them just yet. Just tease the oud. Whoops. Oh yeah, we have the Diva. Remember this guy? D. For the sub, L'Opinion. Let's record our list track. Just so you know what I'm doing. I'm playing on the MicroFreak and I have it MIDI mapped to Diva. And everything that's coming out of Diva is scale locked, since I have the scale MIDI effect loaded. We're gonna change the scale to D minor because Dorian is a bit too spacey. Is it even D? So I just disabled the scale device to check the key, the pitch. Yeah, it's D. So D minor is correct. Now I enable the scale device again. Oh, the MicroFreak was playing at the same time. That's why it was sounding weird. You see, guys, if you want to use the MicroFreak as a MIDI controller to control other synths, you have to disable the original layer where the audio is coming from. In this case, I have the external instrument here, so you have to disable it. So let's pay attention to the arrangement. See where we can put the break. So the break should happen somewhere around here, yeah? We have a 5-minute track. Perhaps extend it by hitting Command-Shift-D a couple times to 6 minutes. Let's decide where we want to have the break first, and then we'll implement that ARP. I've been letting the Audio AI make me some ambient pad sounds and glitch tracks. Yeah, it looks fun. It's fun, and some of the thing is actually usable. Yeah, I think Suno AI is also nice. You get the MPE stuff from the Freak too, right? Yeah, the Freak, I actually showed that a bit earlier, has some MPE. It's not really MPE because it's not actual pressure, but the more finger you have on the key, the more it takes that as pressure. Hello mate from Montreal. Yes, first time catching you live. Thank you, nice to have you here. Frogs Records. Man, for some reason I know that name. Frogs Records. Do you happen to have a release with Knee? I think I follow you on Insta, Frogs. Or Froogs. Sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrong, my gosh. Brooks Records? Because you have like 4 or 5 O's, so I don't know how to pronounce it. In Germany, when you have 2 O's, it's pronounced O. Like, that's why I said frogs. I don't know. Is it frogs? Frogs? Yes. You do have a release with Knee. Awesome. Oda? So Guttergod says Orwell MPE as in the aftertouch thing. Yeah, it's more like aftertouch, I would say. It's not really pressure. It's like this has a different function as this. You see? Finger placement does matter with the MicroFreak here. Okay, haha, yes, the founder wanted 3 O's and the pronunciation is frogs. Frogs. Interesting. Frogs. Sounds really, Netherlandish? Dutch? Netherlandish. Frogs. Frogs. So this is the part where we can just... Now we have to decide, do we want to build it out slowly into the break or suddenly? And I do that by muting the tracks by hitting 0 on my keyboard. So I tease the break by taking away the kick. And for this chill type of genre, usually we don't heavily build into the break. We just kind of take away elements after element or take them away all of a sudden. Hey Kevin, recently discovered your channel and I love it. Do you also give feedback to improve songs and unfinished projects? Thanks in advance. I have a tier on Patreon that is called Lotus Legend that I give feedback, but I have to be honest with you and say that I haven't been too active on Patreon or Discord. Discord, I generally haven't been too active, but Patreon is less right now because of the whole private situation with mom and everything. But I still do give feedback, and my plan is to give feedback in these streams in the future, but I'm not sure how to implement that. I'm not sure if I want that. But if so, then feel free to message me on Patreon, and we could get in touch there, or via email. Via email, Patreon, Instagram, like there's multiple ways to reach me. Just try out. I want to take some time to build into the drop, so... We have now, how many bars is this? 8:16. I want to double the time by taking this section here. So now I have 8, 16, 24, 32 bars of break. Pads, I want to take them out for now and slowly build them back in here. Find the sweet spot. Leave some space for the Diva. Put it into the echo. You know, something that just really spaces everything out. about your question, Vidiot Productions. That name though. Just feel free to shoot me up with a message on Patreon. I think Patreon's the best way because you mentioned unfinished projects. If you want me to review your project, the way I would usually do it is by doing it via the Patreon tier. Lotus Legend Patreon tier, you can send me your project file there and I'll walk you, or I will dissect the project file on video, basically. That's the way I do it currently. Okay, you know what? That's actually quite nice. Command U a couple times so it's quantized. So, when we go into the break, break starts here. Sorry for my username. It was originally intended for posting poops and memes when I was much younger. And yeah, I'll make sure to get in touch with you. Cheers, man. Thank you. Nice. Sechin. I'm gonna Command J this clip so we get control over the entire MIDI rather than the loop. And we can now add variation, right? So we can highlight the scale, highlight scale, and now add notes. A minor, yes, we're on D sharp minor, D sharp, D sharp, D sharp, D sharp, D sharp minor. Set that globally as well, yes. That's weird. Fit the scale. Oops. It's actually not D sharp minor. It's D sharp Dorian, maybe, yeah? Weird. Which scale did I record this in? D minor. D minor, not D sharp, excuse me. D sharp, D minor. There we go. So this is the first phrase. And you know what I'm gonna do? I'm actually gonna take away all these little snippets. And the pad, I'm gonna completely blend out because there's some sub to it. There's like a always gotta be cautious with the pad. See how the focus changes? And now add some detail here. Just placing them according to the scale. Now for the final chord, we need something special. Dum dum. I'm just zoning out into this right now. So for the final one, we need some kind of upward movement. Now we can control the cutoff. So the cutoff's gonna do a lot here now. Quickly save the project. Now you know what I mean by a lot. Nice. How can we edit that end? I don't like those 4 notes, to be honest. I'm gonna turn on overdub and automation so we can record automation on top of this clip. Make sure that it's record armed, and now hit record. See the automation? gonna quickly undo that though, because I want a lower starting point. There's a little chord stab here somewhere that I don't want, which is this guy here. Okay, let's start recording as of now. I'm going to quickly undo that again because I want to emphasize those little plucky notes that are in between these ones here and these ones. Got to pay attention to the MIDI a bit more. So set the starting point right again. Hit record. And emphasize the endings a bit more. MIDI note incoming. There we go, you see? MIDI note incoming. Now add a gradual riser. Now, since we have the automation, we can, oops. Okay, I don't know what it did there, to be honest. I don't know why it's disabled the automation for some reason. We can right click and simplify the envelope. Now we can re-enable the automation. So it's recorded the MIDI CC on top of that. MIDI CC. MPE envelopes, Diva MIDI control, CC23, delete that. Yeah, now it has just the actual automation, no envelope stuff going on. I went too low here. Set the lower point a bit higher. Yes, sir. Why is it inaudible here? Yeah. A bit too low. Okay, that last note can go. That's not necessary. And the hi-hat needs to go. And some kind of sidechaining needs to also be on the... the chords right away. Take some time. Some transition. Don't want to mess with the sidechain too much now. Some transition. Do we have a transition in here? Yes, we do. Yeah, I just did that. Some type of sidechaining needs to be here. I can just copy the compressor from here, yes. Yeah, the issue is that the echo needs to be sidechained, so we're gonna take it out of the echo channel. Sidechain from the kick again. And do we have an echo loaded onto one of these layers? This one we're gonna copy. You know, we're just gonna copy these settings here and paste them here. Oh, what did I do now? Accidentally hit H for hot swap. Don't want that. Yeah. Oh, it's the reverb. If I copy the compressor and put it onto the black hole, will the other elements be affected by that? Or what I could do is just duplicate the black hole channel here. SC black hole, SCBH. BH. Put him in here. So this is going to be the sidechain black hole channel. I'm going to delete the sidechain on the main black hole and chuck this one in here at -4. Yeah, so we have sidechained. Sidechained black hole. 100% mix, make sure that everything is set correctly. 100% mix. Yeah, much better. Notice how the reverb is now becoming ducked whenever the kick hits. I feel like the chord makes a far better transition that way into the drop. Let's just take away the pads completely. They mess up the bass so much. Nice. As long as the chords play, there's no chord stab. Yeah. Armin, danke. Thank you, Armin. This one's a banger for sure. Yes. Export this joint. The pads have way too much low end, unfortunately. Do I want to put in all the tops just yet? Not yet. Give it some time. Just in case you guys are wondering, when the live stream goes live, when it's uploaded at the end, live streams after 3 hours are cut and rendered in a few hours. So it'll take like up to 24 hours for the full live stream to be rendered. So don't be wondering, it's happened to me before. You could send the tops into that sidechain reverb channel, which is channel C. See, so it's always, that's a good trick actually. I need to keep that in mind. Like send the drums into a sidechained reverb. So you create tension by sending them into the reverb. See? But that reverb doesn't interfere with the chorus, with the drop, because it's always ducked to the groove. Yeah, we definitely need some kind of double kick there. Command J. My back. It's starting to awa. No wonder. So much sitting, Jede. Black hole sounds great, but I just can't be bothered by iLock. Everyone seems to hate it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have any issue with iLock actually. It's annoying, of course. I would have rather just have the plug and play, but it doesn't really bother me too much. So these synth fills, yeah? Let's blend them out in the first half of the drop. So it really surprised, the chords really surprise us. There we go. Full focus on the chords. It's too early for the bass fills. bring the bass fills here. Cool. Yeah, without the duduk at the wood. And without this chord. Drop it back to 0. And then you can introduce elements. I almost always have a massive shimmer on a send with a sidechain. Very good idea. It's great for making transitions. Send a small hat into it and it does the rest. Indeed, that break is very inspiring. Epic. That break is epic, very inspiring. Nice, man. Glad to hear that. Duduk after drop. Yeah, I meant to, like, the oud doesn't hit on the 1. Like, it really drops back to the kick and bass. It's not bothered by melodics. And then the melodics come in. But I could also add a duduk from Yerevan, yeah? Oh, look at that, D minor. Yeah, this might be a little random, but hey. I'm actually going to disconnect my camera because it's really low on battery, as you might have just seen. But what I would like to do with the duduk yeah, something like oh, don't let it smash with the other elements. Just a little fill. I don't know, it's kind of random. Sounds good, but it doesn't fit to the context of the track. Send it into some echo. Yeah, something like that, and chuck in some EFX fragments or something. Be a really cool effect in the break, actually. Yeah. Oh, you meant the other flute? I don't like this preset here. Nice. Just waiting for the right sound hit. Or maybe refract, the free one. That sounds cool though. Let's just take that default preset again. No mix settings and that's it. GeForce Mini Monster 2 VST. Okay. I don't know what that is. Yeah, all right. When is the outro gonna happen? That's what I'm thinking right now. So right now we need to reduce the melodics here. These are not gonna happen here anymore. I think these one also not. No more bass variation. No conduit, no worries. I think I misinterpreted it. Still cool, I still like the duduk there. Okay, so we take away the kick for a bar here. Command Shift D to extend that part. Which hat do we have in the intro? That one, okay, gotcha. No, too empty. As of this part, take away too. I think we went off grid a bit here, yeah. Yeah, we messed up the grid a bit. Oh yeah, what did I do here? No worries. 1 too early. There we go. Little DJ outro. And that's how we end the track. That sounds dope. This is our Moog SUB 37 jam from the intro. Do you remember? Sounds nice. Have you ever tried the Roland Cloud Abo? And if yes, what is your opinion compared to the Arturia stuff? I haven't tried the Roland Cloud. I've seen some very nice videos on it though, like the original Roland stuff being in there. Really cool, but I'm a fan of Arturia. Because it's one-time purchase, no subscription, you know, it's just more comfortable. So much stuff. Yeah, this is the track. Let me put like a quick mastering chain here. One that I found on the internet. It's not really a mastering chain, it's just a bit of compression and stuff. I do it when I'm lazy. It's by Abstract Sounds. So basically just makes it a bit louder, that's it. So freaking chill, dude. Holy moly. Just a bit of compression. KKK. This is looking good. Missing some ear candy and some builds and details though. Super chill, love the vibe. Thank you so much, Conduit. Also, thank you so much for staying tuned for so long. Just deleted the MicroFreak in sub 37 so we can render it out without being bothered by the timestamp thingy. Oh, I don't like the duduk here. Bye bye duduk. What happens if we take this, put it here? No, don't like it. I like it when it drops back to 0 and you have just the chords. No bass here. Hi-hats coming in here. Forgot to set some important low cuts. Tired to make music tonight, haha, this is perfect vibey. Learning a lots of good tips. Happy to hear that, man. Nice jam today. Enjoying a lot so far. Great stuff. Thank you, Frogs Records. Frogs, yeah? Delete this. There's a random audio track here. Delete it. 26 tracks total. Without the groups. With the groups, I mean. A minimal house thing to do. You take out the cake, put it back in, off grid kind of stuff. You know what I would really be curious to do before I end the stream? Just repitch the entire freaking track. How weird would that be? Good, I like the outro. things out of the way. So I'm going to take all the melodic elements, which is why it's also nice to have melodic elements next to each other. A few resonators here, yeah, disable the resonator. I'm just curious, really just curious here, what would happen if I just take everything and pitch it. Oh, we have some MIDI in between. Let's take the MIDI, put it up here so it doesn't mess with the samples. Take all this stuff here, pitch it down by 1, 2, 3. It's so much fun. Back to original pitch. Pitch it up. Whoa! Whoa! That sounds cool. Yeah, just switching the key of the track, really fun thing to do. Really, really fun thing to do. Yeah, I'm just gonna quickly organize it, but basically everything's done today, man. Today was a really long and relaxed stream. I did not plan at all to make it this long, but I felt like making music today. I haven't made music in such a long while. Maybe I might make this template available with Sinai. Let's see. Let's see. Na-yi. So I'll just file, collect all, and save to make sure. Yeah, stay tuned. I might end up adding this as a template that's purchasable or something. Chords. Nay flute. Yeah, and then we could take it all and Command-Shift-R, encode the MP3, make sure that it's loud enough. I didn't master this track, it's just the mix down and the pseudo master. Yeah, we're gonna take just the MP3 for now, so it's, oh, you know what, not the MP3, just the WAV file for now. Zahand, produced on stream. Live stream 21/04/24. Yeah. All right. So in the meantime, while we do this rendering thingy wingy, I can just make a massive plug to Lotus Tunes. There we go. You can buy these packs here. Yeah, all the packs, all the sounds. If you want all the sounds and courses and everything that I've released up until the end of 2023, you can grab the everything bundle, which will most likely be linked down in the description below. Here's a little video of me saying what's included in the bundles. Labels that have used the sounds, a couple testimonials, money back garantia, and yeah, check it out if you guys are interested in learning a bit more from me or just want to grab some sounds. You can also grab some free packs, which is in the freebie panel. Thank you for your time and your lovely smooth vibes. A joy to listen to. Thank you, Siems. Siems, dude. Siems, what a legend. You were there from start to finish. Like, holy moly, I've been streaming for how long? I've been streaming for I don't know if I can see it. I think I closed my YouTube panel somewhere. But I've been streaming for a couple hours for sure. Thank you guys for joining in on today's stream. Holy frick. And artwork for the Sinai sound pack. Sinai, that's the pack that I've used most of the sounds from today. Again, I can just show you what I have so far. This is the artwork. Oriental organic. It's a mixture of actually minimal and organic. But I wanted to keep the name somewhat short, which is why I stuck with Oriental organic. Oriental. Guys, anyone who has joined today, thank you. Loved every minute of it. Thank you. Conduit, Siem's Music. You guys have been especially active here towards the end, so thank you guys very much for joining. Yeah, this live stream is gonna go live after this video. So this is the jam. Gonna save it. New live set. By the way, guys, just as a tip, always collect all and save your live sets. It's such a pity to suddenly be missing sounds. Years after discovering, like, when one of your tracks isn't finished, it just lands on a hard drive, and then you suddenly find the project for that, and it's missing all the samples because you've moved them. It's annoying. So just collect all and save, and it just saves them all into one folder. Produced on stream, live stream 2104. See how the WAV file looks like. Yeah, a bit quiet, but hey, it is what it is. Good, that's it. I just need to master it. My favorite part. Nice. Yeah, you were mind blown by collect all and save? Dude, it's a dope freaking trick. So guys, I'm just gonna let the music play here in the background while the stream is ending. Just go to File, collect all and save. That's it. Instead of hitting Command S at the end when you're finished, just hit File, collect all and save. And then it asks you, what do you want to collect all and save? Files from elsewhere, files from other projects, files from user library, from factory packs, and that includes all the samples. So you never lose the samples if you just open up a new project. Open up your project somewhere later in time, you know? Yeah. Guys, thank you so much for joining in on today's live stream. I'm going to end it at this point. This has been, I think, also, again, just one of the longest live streams I've done so far. Started off with me just showing off the MiniFreak, then jumping to the Moog SUB 37, and then just diving deep into producing. So this is, I would say, really valuable stuff that I've shown today. It's just like the full music production workflow. Yeah. It's been really fun for me. Really, really fun. Really fun. I haven't made music in a long while myself because I've just been so focused on sound packs and, you know, this whole thing with life and my mom's health. It's taken me completely away from making music. I'm going to be so honest with you. I've been so involved in life and just taking care of for others that I haven't made music, and this was very, 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 very satisfying for me today. And I would say in situations like these where life is very demanding, for some reason the desire to make music and the pleasure that I get from music is just far greater. I don't know why. I really don't know why. So if you don't have time to make music, I guess that's even a blessing, because you'll then get the time to make music at some point and you'll feel so inspired to make it, you know? Whenever there's space created between us and our craft, it's just like we are sucked into it whenever we get the chance to make it again, yeah? And that's what I felt today. Today I felt sucked in by the music. Yeah, anyway, guys, Alex Kiss, thank you so much. Thank you, Conduit, for joining in. I'm gonna definitely keep you guys updated on this track because I really enjoyed it. I'll either make it a template or I'll release it myself. Let's see. Anyway, yeah. Thank you. God bless you all. Have a nice week. And I'll see you guys soon. Bye-bye.